Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we are in Ravaged ROM on the VN server. It is now live, meaning that we're gonna get Ravaged ROM in like 7 to 8 days on the global server, which is earlier than I was actually expecting. I wasn't thinking it was coming so soon. Now, we have new information to go through. First of all, the final ranking is not only going to be giving what it did in the past, which is Abyssal and Stellars, but it is also going to be giving Slumber Essence, and a pretty decent amount of it as well. 60 for the top 20, 50 for the top 50, and you guys can see as you go down, it is going to decrease, but this is going to be another basically bonus reward we will get for ranking in the Ravaged ROM, which is definitely interesting. Now, when it comes to the squads, a big change up has actually happened, and this has never been done before. They have switched around which heroes are in which squad. As you guys see now, Mehira, which used to dominate the Sylvan squad, has now been swapped over to the Immortal squad. And the two Digimon, Matt and Taichi, they have been added to Immortal squad as well. Gunnar is also here. I can't even remember if Gunnar was here in the... I think he was. But yeah, so this is a big change, and this shows that in the future they may balance and rotate the heroes in the different squads, which will definitely keep things, I guess, a little bit more interesting. But yeah, if you look at the big heroes for Immortal squad, I'm going to show you the top team today. But the top team is going to be using Agumon. It is going to be using Pandora. It is going to be using Gabumon. It is going to be using Mehira. I think it's using Gunnar as well. We're going to see about that. But yeah, so all of these basically 5 heroes are going to be very meta for the Immortal squad and allow you to get your top ranking. But the Digimon are doing great. So if you built up Agumon and if you built up Gabumon, you're going to get a big score. My viewer has not built Gabumon yet, and he says it's around a 5 billion score gap. And I'm going to show you guys some people who did build Gabumon and show you the score gap there. But yeah, if you want to really min-max for Ravaged ROM, it is a consideration to just build up your Gabumon. Yeah. Okay, Dauntless squad is still gonna have Bailran. It is gonna have Alna. Contessa is in the Dauntless squad. I believe she was here before. Sylphira is here as well, but Sylphira is probably not going to be as impactful. She's not an HP loss damage dealer, which is the heroes which shine for this Ravaged ROM. So there we have that. The Sylvan squad is now going to be Alicet is here still. Twins, Rainier are here. Lamentis is here, but again, I don't think Lamentis is going to have that much usage because, I mean, I guess combined with Aurora, a bit of a summoner meta could be happening. But again, he doesn't have HP loss damage, so probably if I would have to imagine, I don't think the score gap is going to be that big. But do keep in mind, look at this damage boost. If you guys see the damage boost here, you might be wondering, why is it unfairly allocated here? Well, it's mainly because damage boost doesn't apply to HP loss damage. So I think in the squads which have limited HP loss damage dealers, like basically now Sylvan squad has no... It's crazy. Mehira was the only HP loss damage dealer. That's why she was dominating Sylvan squad. Now being moved over to Immortal squad, she's not going to be gapping as hard because you have a lot of other heroes which can fill out that HP loss damage role. In Sylvan squad, there's no one with HP loss damage, and there still is no one. This is your granny who has some minor HP loss damage, and yeah, so Sylvan squad is going to be really strange because it's just lacking HP loss damage, and I think this will actually mean that Lamentis and Aurora, they are going to be score gapping to a big extent, because if you have no form of HP loss damage, your next best option is true damage, which both of them are basically capable of doing. And Floorball may also be in the team as a summoner with Lamentis and Aurora. That's what I would have to predict. And then we have Aurora squad, which is Roland is added to Aurora squad. Aurora squad is stacked, but this is also kind of a good news because if you don't have Forester and Harak, you're Roland, Freerin, Himmel, and then whatever Lightbearer heroes are running like Gwyneth. These heroes are going to hopefully get the job done for you, that you won't need to be relying on these old school HP loss damage dealers. Yeah, but obviously Roland is big, and you'll want to run him in a Hypergen, like a Celestial team, which you have no Celestials here actually, or a Lightbearer team. We'll have to see what Phantom is going to be used, but definitely Roland will be majorly meta, Freewind as well, and Himmel as well, most likely. And Harak Fresto, we'll have to see about that, maybe on team 2, right? Okay. So, interesting. I mean, the weird thing is you still don't have a dimensional Phantomal, and so, like, running multiple dimensionals in the same team, it really limits your options and prevents you somehow from activating a Phantomal. But if we take a look now, Phantomals, are they overrated? Because if you take a look at my viewer's account, this is basically the meta of what is going on right now. Now, yeah, his top score is without Gunnar. This is crazy. Gunnar is not even being used here. His top score is without Gunnar. This is basically the top team for players who don't have Gabumon built. Team 1 is going to be Agumon with Isabella to boost Agumon. And if you take a look at the damage breakdown, it is all Agumon. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. So you don't even need to invest into Mehira. Probably a 1-copy Mehira and a built-up Mehira is not going to be gapping that different, because look at this. She's only doing 2.7 billion. Agumon has saved the day for players who don't have Mehira built for Ravaged Realm, because she is hardly going to be gapping anyone. It's just all Agumon stealing the show. Look at this damage output. So this is a major change, actually. It really reduces the priority of building a hero like Mehira for Ravaged Realm. And it allows your Agumon to basically make up for that fact. That is crazy. Velka, Ludovic, even Ludovic, HP loss damage, almost nothing. It's just all buff Agumon as much as possible. And you guys are seeing this is what's actually happening here. You can see the charms if you want to prepare a bit preemptively. But yeah, this is an Agumon team dominating. And then team 2 is going to be this Damon, Pandora, Shemira team. If you take a look at the damage output, this is what it's looking like. But I'm going to show on the screen right now. If you have Gabumon, Matt and Gabumon, you're going to be gapping this team by up to 5 billion damage. Like a minimum of like 3 billion damage, but up to potentially 5 billion damage. Especially if you have... But like your Gabumon is going to be lower invested than your Shemira. So Shemira is still doing fine. Don't get me wrong. Shemira is still doing fine. But Gabumon obviously is going to be allowing you to take you to the next level, right? So that is basically what we're seeing here. That is a meta for Immortal Squad, and the meta is probably pretty much determined. I don't see how this is changing, because other than just putting Gabumon on Team 2. So let's go ahead and take a look actually at the replay of what we can see here. So we can take a look at the replay of Team 1. Agumon is destroying this game, both in Dream Realm and in Endless, in Ravaged Realm. He's such a beast. Everyone else here is just basically to buff him and provide the Greybone Phantomel to further buff up your War Greymon. And that is it. And this, by the way, the mechanics of this Ravage Realm are very basic. He has no unique mechanic. He has no buffs. He has no debuffs. He has no crowd control. He just deals damage. That is it. He deals damage. He takes damage. Simple as that. You just want to bring out your highest damage output team. Survival is not really going to be much of an issue as long as you have some form of support on the team, and that is it. So yeah, you guys see this here. Crazy what Agumon is doing. Agumon is really shaping up the meta this season. So let's go ahead and take a look at the team 2 and see how this one is doing. So here on this team, for example, we have survivability because of Vanguard spell. That healing from Vanguard spell is going to be more than enough to basically keep you topped off. And so I don't think there's actually going to be survival issues even of this team. And there's no Phantomel here. And this is really the thing. Phantomel, what are they really bringing? They're bringing a bit of stat buffs, but like, unless they're providing a really impactful effect, there's no point of really trying to prioritize them. Just go for your 3 strongest heroes. That's what you're seeing here. And yeah. No survival issues with the Vanguard spell. I don't even know if there would be survival issues without the Vanguard spell, but there you guys have it. That is what Ravaged Realm is shaping up to be like. With Gabumon, you can if you have Gabumon, if you have Agumon built, I definitely think you could compete for top 20 in the district. Assuming you have the other heroes built. And Gunnar is not even needed. That is beautiful. Like, this Ravaged Realm has just become a lot more free-to-play friendly. You guys are seeing the score gap, though. Corby, he has Paragon upgrades. I don't know if he has Agumon Paragon upgraded. And yeah, he does. Look, if you take a look at this, very high investment into both of them. So it's not really fair to say it's a 5 billion or 6 billion score gap. That's only if you have really high investment. If you have regular Supreme Plus investment of Gabumon between your Paragon 4 Shemira, it should only be 2 to 3 billion damage score gap. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you thought about all of this in the comment section down below. Definitely what we can summarize from this is that Gabumon is somewhat important for Ravaged Realm. If you invest into him to Mythic Plus or Supreme Ascension, you will probably be able to run him, and he should be an upgrade for you compared to Shemira. However, even Shemira at Paragon 4 is doing decently well. But if you want to min-max, yes, Gabumon, and maybe even Supreme Plus if you want to min-max. Mehira should not need to have investment, honestly speaking, because Agumon is doing all the damage output. Mehira is hardly contributing anything. She's not score gapping anything anymore because she has been taken out of the one squad, Sylvan squad, which had no other HP loss damage dealer. Now there's like no HP loss damage dealer in Sylvan squad apart from Granny, and Granny hardly even contributed much to begin with. So yeah, Mehira is just basically a supporter, haste buffer, and then she's going to function at her lower copies for that. relatively well. But yeah, I mean, her Supreme Plus is going to increase, like, amplify the damage from the charm a bit, but I don't think it's not going to be gapping anywhere near like what it did in the past. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this one. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks to my viewer for letting us use his account for the showcase. But that's it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment. And you can actually bookmark this link in your browser. And whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.